Hello, my name is Sierra. I am starting this video diary to uh, track my weight loss journey. I know this is something that a lot of people have done and a lot of people will continue to do, probably until it's no longer a concern. And yeah, that almost touched my face. Currently, I weigh 172.7 pounds, which is for my height. I'm 5'1", short, short. Happy to be short, by the way. Yes, it makes it hard to reach things from the top shelf, but hey, that's what tall people are very helpful for, and I thank you. And I also thank whoever invented the ladder. Yep, the ladder. I wish I could carry one on my back. Anyway, um, so I weigh 172.7. I'm technically considered obese for my height, which is kind of scary. To be honest, I never thought I'd get this heavy. Um, but I am. So my plan is to lose, I believe, at this current weight, because I want to weigh 145. So yes, I suck at math. Give me a minute. I'm trying to do it in my head. So that is just under 30 pounds, 28 pounds of weight, by April of 2026. That is my goal. To succeed, what I'm currently trying to do, and what has been working for me so far, because this is not day one. Kind of wish it was. This would be just as cool. But it's not day one. It is day, I couldn't tell you. Because well, I probably could. I'd have to look it up. Because I started at the beginning of the year. So I have photos from the beginning of the year. I weighed 180 at the beginning of the year. And for the most part, from January 1st up until September of this year, I have fluctuated between 80 and 80, 180 and 184 pounds, which is a lot. Actually, at the beginning of September, I weighed in at 183.6, which is one of the heaviest weights I've ever weighed. I think the heaviest was 184. The only thing that kind of kept me going was I took progress photos. Like that's a great thing if you want to do that, is to take progress photos. Because sometimes when the scale isn't going down, you can look at those and you can see a difference. And it might just save your sanity. It saved mine. Put it that way. It saved mine. Anyway, but at the beginning of September, my mom, who had been talking to me about her high protein, low carb diet that she had started in August, July or August, it was sometime in the summer, and she was telling me how it was working for her, how she was losing weight, um, sent me some recipes, and I did start trying them at the time, though I did have some groceries that I wanted to use up before I really committed to this because I don't want to waste. Um, sorry. Anyway, so she sent me some recipes, and then she was like, make sure you also keep track of your calories, your protein intake, your carb intake, your macros, like all this stuff. Right? Which is stuff I've heard before. Like, who hasn't heard to track your calories? Oh, you gotta be at a calorie deficit. It's everywhere. everywhere under the sun where somebody wants to lose weight, there's somebody telling them you need to be in a calorie deficit. And every time it's like, thank you, genius. I've never heard that one before, but I'm hearing it now. Anyway, so I started using MyFitnessPal again. I've actually used MyFitnessPal before. I've kind of bounced back and forth between weights. At one point I weighed in the 160s and then 150s. Looking at the BMI, which is an awful system, but it's the only one we've got at this time until the scientists figure out something better, and I am not a scientist. No, I am not a scientist. So I will follow what they have for now. I would like to get below the 140s. That is my future goal. But for right now, 145 is what is attainable for me, hopefully by April. Anyway, I was going through my timeline. So at the time in September, I was only weighing in once a month. So I could not tell you weekly what I lost in September. What I can tell you was for the month, I lost 3 point. Hang on, I can tell you with more accuracy if I go to this. I lost 3.2 pounds in the month of September. After September, I decided that something that would be really good to start doing is weighing in weekly and then looking back at what I ate, and doing a review each week to see where I can improve, where I might have went wrong, etc., etc. You know, what anyone who is going for a goal should do. So I started weighing in weekly. I've lost about a pound and a half per week. The only time I have not was this last Sunday, where I weighed in at 172.7, whereas November 2nd I weighed in 173.1. Which, I mean, it's still a loss. It's 0.4 pounds, which isn't a lot, but it's still something. It's still something, and I'm still down 10 pounds from where I started, which is good. It's impressive. It's great. You know, it's no dramatic shift. It's no 20-pound weight loss, but it's specific and achievable, and it's also something I feel I can maintain, especially because these recipes that I'm using don't taste like they were made by someone who has no taste buds. Yeah, and this is how I felt about most Thai food. Is it tasted like somebody who made it had no taste buds, and they made it to help, but didn't think about how did anybody taste. So I am enjoying my journey down, which is important. Because if you hate it, which some of that can be a mindset thing, and especially when you're thinking about all the things you're missing out on, Snickers, you know, the world is full of food you want to eat. Eat it in moderation. Hell, even I have like the occasional candy. Something I actually have really enjoyed doing is doing a very small amount of semi-sweet chocolate chips at the end of the day. I love the taste of those little things. It gives you that little sweet treat. They're 70 calories. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of sugar, but it's not as much as something else. But again, also the food tastes good. Like this week, I'm eating 2 different kinds of chili, which are fantastic. The only thing that I've had so far that isn't fantastic is these muffins I'm eating, and it feels like a crime to call them a muffin because the texture and the taste and the blueberries are the best part. But I can't just eat the blueberries because I need the protein. Anyway, um, okay, yeah. So this program has been so far been working really well for me. Um, like I said, I've been using my Fitness Pal to track my calories, which right now it wants me to eat about 1,600 calories a day. I successfully ate below that today at 1,511 calories, which is great. Um, some weeks I am lower than that, depending on what I have chosen to eat, the different meals, but I don't want to go too far into that. Um, Another thing I am doing right now is I've been getting really into running, which has been a great experience. It's been hard. Running is a very mental sport, but it's been good for me. It's been one of the best experiences I've had. I've also been running some races. So, like, I did a 5K in October, a 10K on the 2nd of November. I have another 10K planned for December, and then I have a 10 miler planned in the spring. And after that, I think I want to try and run a half. But we'll get to that another day. This is just a simple ish introduction, tell you who I am, tell you how, like, what I've been doing so far, how I've been doing so far, and where I'm at currently. I think that covers everything. If you have watched this far, thank you for watching. I hope you'll tune in probably tomorrow. See if I do another one tomorrow. But so far, this is just the intro. Hello, it's me. And I'm so sorry for the coughing. I'm getting over this cough, sore throat thing that I caught like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, have a good night. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.